The origins of Boy Kills World is an interesting one, and it dates back about 5 or 6 years ago with Moritz Mohr, our director, is a first-time feature director. He's very accomplished in the commercial space. And David Shatarsky, who is this brilliantly talented action designer, action choreographer, and they got a friend of theirs named Arend Remmers to go write the original screenplay. They then designed this wonderfully exciting 5-minute showpiece that they brought to Los Angeles, met up with a couple of really exciting producers that now became our partners, Sam Raimi and Roy Lee.
So this is The Mansion.
I guess Boy Kills World is a bit of a fucked up fairy tale. In the action, there's a lot of anime influences, video games. I'm a gamer, so it all sort of went into this and became this mishmash of craziness and fun.
David and Moritz really inspired us with their creative energy and with their approach. You know, they'd done this sizzle piece that really blew us away, and we're like, well, if you can do that, you know, and the script is amazing, we'll surround you with some of the best in the business. From our set designers to our costumers to makeup to VFX. We've actually put together kind of a dream team.
Bill!
I'm surrounded myself with incredibly talented people, and I'm just trying to give them the room to really do their best work. And Boy Kills World is something that I think really resonated with them, because like they all got really excited in the beginning and they all gave their best. I think they gave like 150%.
The gun goes down and back up.
When I was sent the script, what really struck me was that dystopian world that is very, reminds me a lot of 1984 George Orwell, in that there's, you know, this Vanderkoy family who's trying to keep this entire town place under wraps as a means to control the people.
It's not very tuned.
We found Bill Skarsgård for the role of Boy. His thoughts about the role were amazing, and he has a very expressive face and expressive eyes, and it just felt right that he could communicate with the audience without using his voice.
I'll do this and then take back, okay?
I've always been a fan of Bill, and he's just so expressive, and his eyes are very intense. When we're shooting, it's amazing getting the reactions of other people who are watching the monitors. They say, like they haven't read the script, they'd say, we know exactly what he's thinking. That's the dream.
Another component to Boy Kills World, which you wouldn't get from the title, but is that it's actually a very female, power-driven cast.
We have June, she's a top assassin. We have Melanie, who is the insane sister of Hilda Vanderkoy, is our main evil person.
Do it!
And of course, Mina.
Swipe it, take the plan.
She's a ball of energy, and the character is basically Boy's sidekick. It's a bit of a buddy comedy, really.
Mina!
Quinn, she is our own little Energizer bunny. Just the way she riffs, with Bill in particular, because she is kind of his sister/alter ego. And it's amazing to watch them work together, and just how gentle Bill is with her, and you know how he brings out this, you know, amazing performance from every time. It's remarkable.
Do you feel pretty?
Working with Bill is very fun. He's not as scary as he is in It, but sometimes if I'm like playing around with him, he'll do like his Pennywise thing, and I'm like, no!
June 27 is this, you know, incredibly powerful, badass young woman.
The reason that she is called June 27th in the story is because on the day of June 27th was the day that she lost her brother and, in essence, became the assassin that she is.
and action.
Who the fuck is that?
You know, when you have a director like Moritz, lets us improvise a lot. So some actors like it, some don't. Brett, who's in this with me, who plays Gideon, my brother-in-law, he's a great improviser. And so the two of us just had like a huge amount of fun, like just going crazy. And what's really fun is if you got like a whole audience, like we did on one of the scenes, we had like a whole crowd that we're talking to. So then you actually have a live audience that you're kind of performing for. It's kind of interesting because it feels like you're almost doing theater, you know?
Here we go, and 3, 2, 1, action.
So Bill's great. He can, if I'm throwing this out, he'll respond back, and we'll find a way, a moment for that. My name's Basho. So Bash. Oh, yeah. It's not just about ad-libbing for the sake of ad-libbing. How do we serve this for the boys' perspective and amplify and make it better?
Go-go robot guitar the biscuit.
Hold on.
I think the language that Benny uses is English. Tramp stamp skid mark. so if you really think about it, they somewhat make sense. Apple camels. Just to hear them, it just sounds like gibberish.
That can't be right.
I chose to do this because I loved the script. I thought it had a real originality to it. And I loved the character, I loved the world. Also, coming out to Cape Town, South Africa for the first time to film, not a shabby place to be.
The unique nature of shooting in South Africa has helped make all this possible. And we've been blown away by the craftsmanship and the level of crew base here.
At the start of the show, we did extensive location scouting, and Cape Town just opened its arms to us. We had a 27-hectare jungle in about 10 minutes from the city centre, and it worked perfectly. The Van der Kooi family home, firstly, you sort of have to think about who they are, and predominantly they are predators. So I wanted to bring in taxidermied lions and cheetahs to suggest their predatorness, if you like. And in fact, all the locations, we were very lucky to find brutalist architecture within certain complexes like the Good Hope Centre, where we're shooting most of our interiors, and have created brutalist feel within the existing brutalist architecture of this incredible building.
When I first read the script, I was like, how are we going to do this? And everyone I sent it to, they were all like, how are we going to do this? But it's amazing once you just start unraveling it, you see the world more and more, and it gets easier, you know, as you go along. But in the beginning, it's just like all the stunts and all the different characters and so many different kinds of characters.
I got my inspiration for Boy, looking a lot at like your cage fighters, MMA fighters, like what actually happens when you've been trained or been punched so many times. So I think that was also quite a big, like, you know, where the cuts are going to be, where actually if you like hit somebody, like where exactly will you know, cut burst open, or how will it look like a swollen eye.
So my main look is that incredible red dress. It's dystopian. We could kind of go anywhere with it, and I think Danielle, our costume designer, just had such a brilliant vision.
Nice, yeah.
My favorite outfit is Butter Ninja. Nothing can beat that one.
She looks amazing. June 27 is a badass. We use clashing patterns, we're using unusual combinations of clothes. We want to give it a slightly Japanese feel. There we go. She rides a bike, she's kind of hardcore, you know, she might keep stuff in her pockets, like she doesn't carry a bag. She's, you know what I mean? She's totally badass. So what exactly does she need? She'd need a harness to have her tomahawks. She'd need practical shoes that she can run really fast in. You know, so I took that silhouette and then made it super edgy.
We do have quite a challenging opening scene, which is the first thing that our public and our viewers are gonna see. So we wanna make sure that you get them into the movie right away. And it's made of a lot of different elements that include live elements that we shot, includes green screens, includes CG elements, and they all have to go into, work together, and to all become one beautiful shot that we want to open our movie with. And so with Moritz, our director, we've been going through, we have storyboards. We started from storyboards, but one thing is a storyboard and one thing is how it's going to look, because there is quite a bit of a difference. The storyboard gives you a rough idea of what the shot should look like. Then when you put it on film, then it presents a lot of different challenges and items that you think work, they don't work, and you have to work around them.
The props department, run by a wonderful props master JD from Bakom and his amazing team. In this show, it's very weapon orientated, and he had to create a specific prop called the punch gun. I know what's come out of it is perfect for both actor, stunts, and director. We had props have a huge fabrication department where they do sculpture work, painting work, metal work, woodwork, molding, and have managed to create all the props required, from cheese graters to retractable knives, retractable syringes, to fighting sticks, all those kind of things that were used on the show.
One of the things that was so exciting about this project and the opportunity beyond this remarkable script that we had was the way that the camera moved in the action promo piece that made us sign on. So now we've introduced drone work, and we brought in one of the best drone pilots in the entire world, Paul Kuhn, who we were able to put a camera on top of his drone, and it's given us a whole other level of camera work that we haven't seen. That plus David's brilliant way of moving the camera for his action design. We've just been so blown away by the results.
One, action.
The drone came when Dave and me were talking about how to one-up ourselves with the action. One day, we were literally just scrolling through Instagram, and I saw this clip of Paul Kuhn. He's our drone pilot, and he did this parkour line, just following a parkour artist, just running, and the drone followed him, and it looked amazing. I literally took the clip, sent it to Dave, and told him I want that. The results that Paul delivered here were just astounding. The thing that threw us off was Bill is really tall, and the action we wanted to create were not really in line with his incredible height, and we knew we wanted Yayan to play the shaman, and Yayan is a lot shorter than Bill.
David give me a new technique. Lot of technique. How he makes the jiu-jitsu with the aikido also and the other martial art. I love it. Thank you, David.
3, 2, 1, action!
Dave is a crazy madman, creative as hell. His vision for the action is just incredible. He loves martial arts so much. He lives it. It's just a pleasure to watch. I think the results speak for themselves. It's just fantastic. He's a great guy and a good friend.
Moritz is so good in not just directing, but like creating worlds and bringing weird ideas in. And I'm blessed that Moritz is a director that accepts my vision also, and that we are most of the time always at the same page.
Okay, ready? And 3, 2, 1, action. Yeah? Perfect. And then you walk out the room.
Yeah. The way that he can move his body, the way that he tells story, the way that he fights is so incredible. He brings such good energy to set every single day.
The most exciting part for me was designing for Boy, obviously, because Boy grown up in the jungle, the environment is different, so he have something animalistic about him. That combination of being a martial arts expert, someone that raised up in the jungle, plus that goofiness, that's the special
charm about boy.
Dave put in so many different techniques and methods and created this beautiful palette, almost a new palette of martial arts and fighting. I specifically had to learn how to do a jumping back kick. And when people who know what they're doing do it, it looks incredibly easy, but it is very much not.
For me, if there's an environment, like for example a kitchen is a perfect environment because you can use so many things. I came up with a cheese grater. And the cheese grater is such a funny element because we will show the things, but you don't really have to show it. And I think the cheese grater creates a good opportunity, and it's so tight, the location, so narrow.
I've waited so long for this moment. We've worked for such a long time on this project. I've worked even longer on doing my first feature and getting a chance to do it. So this is basically a big check on one of my life dreams. So it's fantastic. It's a fantastic feeling.
Janssen is a true martial arts master. The way he's dedicated his entire life to this spiritual, physical, violent dance is extraordinary.
From the beginning, we knew we wanted Janssen to play the shaman. He was just the perfect choice for that.
He brings the look, the fighting style, and also the expression for what we are looking in shaman. Janssen is a quite organic performer. He's not only a martial artist, he also knows how to perform for the camera. So when he punched, he put emotions inside the punch.
In my process of trying to fight with him, he was very sweet and patient with me.
You are not ready, boy.
The most challenging part about playing boy, where do I start? I would like to think of myself as a physical actor. I'd like to perform physically, and this was a huge challenge for me with all the action moves. So I watched a lot of martial arts movies. It was sort of like learning a completely new language. We trained for 6 weeks, transforming my body to fit the role. Then on top of that, learn how to fight. Not only the action, but the physicality of how the character moved.
He's such a talent. He learned quickly and he can bring that unique style we created for him. At the end, he makes his own thing out of it. So he puts his power inside.
And with this entire team of dedicated stunt guys, I didn't want to be any lesser. So I'm like jumping around, rolling and doing cartwheels.
Wow!
You ring the bell, bam, you shout and you yell.
Shooting action is very rhythmic. You act an emotion in a split of a second and make it translate. The movie itself was very ambitious. It was a hugely challenging thing, but amazingly rewarding as well.
They created this beautiful new palette of martial arts for this film.
We have Taekwondo kicks, Muay Thai kicks, heavy boxing style, similar to Mike Tyson. Filipino martial arts, which is known for stick fighting and knife fighting. We have also Indonesian martial arts like the pencaksilat. We use a lot of groundwork. It's more animalistic. As a choreographer, you need to take things from everywhere.
If you had to describe Boy Kills World in one sentence, what would you say?
I guess Boy Kills World is a bit of a fairy tale. You agree? Good.
Welcome to the calling.
Winter Wonderland, that's like a fever dream.
The most insane Oompa Loompa playground there is. It's a gladiators stadium for the mass culling.
They're all gonna watch and cheer as you die.
She's a sociopath. She wants to create these shows that entertain people.
Nobody with my show.
Genocide on ice.
You know how hard it is to get a serial company to sponsor mass murder?
It's really quite messed up.